Have you ever read a book that completely transformed your perspective on life and money? Well, I certainly have, and in today's video, I'm excited to share with you the 7 invaluable lessons I learned from a book that changed my life forever. Before we jump into these lessons, I want to let you in on a little secret. When I first read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, it felt like a financial awakening. It's not just about wealth, it's about a mindset shift. If you've read it, you probably know what I mean. If not, don't worry, I'm here to give you a sneak peek. I'm not just sharing these lessons with you. I want to hear from you throughout this video. Share your own experiences related to these lessons as we go along. And stick around until the end, because the 7th lesson is the ultimate game changer. Now, let's jump right into lesson number 1. Humans learn from making mistakes. Imagine this. You're a child, taking your first steps. You wobble, you stumble, and yes, you fall. But did those falls stop you from learning how to walk? Of course not! Falling was an essential part of the process. It's the same with life and money. In school, we're often taught that mistakes are something to be avoided at all costs. We fear them because they come with consequences and grades. But then, there's a different perspective, one championed by Robert Kiyosaki. The idea that we either succeed or we learn. You see, life is a lot like learning to walk. Mistakes, failures, and setbacks are our stumbles and falls. They're not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Now, think about your own life. Can you recall a time when you faced a financial setback or made an investment that didn't pan out as expected? I certainly can. But those experiences were some of my best teachers. They forced me to reassess, adapt, and ultimately become better at managing my finances. Let's move on to lesson number 2, which is all about how money is an important topic to discuss. Have you ever noticed you're at a family dinner and the conversation is flowing? Everyone's talking about their day, hobbies, and travel plans. But when the topic of money comes up, there's an awkward silence. Sound familiar? Think about it. Money is at the core of our lives. We work for it, we save it, we invest it. Yet, when it comes to discussing it openly, there's often a hushed silence. Why is that? Robert Kiyosaki presents a perspective that resonates deeply. Poor people avoid talking about money, while the rich make it a dinner table topic. Let me share a personal experience. A while back, I was at a gathering with friends, and one of them mentioned an investment opportunity. What followed was a vibrant discussion filled with ideas, insights, and even some different viewpoints. It made me realize that this conversation was a great opportunity for learning and personal development. You see, Rich Dad, Poor Dad reminds us that everyone cares about money. It's a universal language that impacts our daily decisions, so why not embrace it? Talking about money isn't just about bragging or showing off. It's about learning, sharing, and expanding our financial horizons. With this valuable insight, let's move forward to lesson number 3. A fancy degree and a job in a big company is not how you become wealthy. Let me take you back to a time where I was fresh out of college, armed with a fancy degree and a job at a prestigious corporation. I thought I was on the path to financial success, just like society had told me. But as I would later learn from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that's not the whole story. Robert Kiyosaki challenges this conventional wisdom. He suggests that while a degree and a stable job are valuable, they're not the surefire path to wealth. He writes, instead, focus on studying money, especially while you are young. Work for experience, not for the salary. The experience and knowledge that you gain are life-changing. A prestigious job can provide a comfortable living, but it often keeps you trading time for money. The true path to wealth lies in understanding and mastering the principles of money itself, not just being an employee. With this new perspective in mind, let's move on to lesson number 4. Use your desire and greed as motivation. Let me share a personal story with you. I consider myself a minimalist. I've never been one for excess stuff, but there's one thing that has always ignited a fire within me: a Tesla. It's the perfect blend of innovation and sustainability. Now, you might wonder, How does this desire for a Tesla fit into the idea of using greed as motivation? In Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki suggests that everyone wants something, and it's perfectly fine to desire more. He encourages using that desire, or what some may call greed, as a powerful motivator for financial success. He writes, "Whatever it is for you, use it as a carrot to dangle in front of yourself as motivation to get more money." So here's the key insight. Whether it's a dream car like my Tesla or something entirely different for you, it's okay to want more. In fact, that desire can be the driving force behind your financial journey, pushing you to work smarter and harder. Think about your own desires and dreams. What's the one thing you've always wanted? Whether it's a dream home, a vacation, or financial freedom, using that as motivation can propel you towards your financial goals. Now that we've explored the power of desire, let's move on to lesson number 5. Do your research before investing. Imagine this scenario. You're at a casino and you're handed a pair of dice. You're told that if you roll them just right, you could win big. But here's the catch. You have no idea how to play the game. Would you feel confident in your odds of winning? Probably not. The same principle applies to investing. Robert Kiyosaki stresses the significance of doing your research before investing. He wisely advises, if you do not want to lose money, first learn how to invest. Learn about money and about stocks or real estate or whatever you are thinking of investing in, so it does not turn into gambling. Investing isn't a guessing game. Investing without knowledge and research is like rolling those dice blindly. It's risky, and you're essentially gambling your hard-earned money. But with the right information and preparation, investing becomes a strategic move, not a game of chance. Have you ever made an investment without thoroughly understanding what you were getting into? I've been there too, and I've learned the hard way that it rarely ends well. But this lesson from Rich Dad Poor Dad changed my approach to investing. Now let's move on to lesson number 6. More money will not solve your problems. Imagine this scenario. You're facing some financial challenges, and you think to yourself, if only I had more money, all my problems would vanish. It's a common belief, isn't it? But as I've come to understand from Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's not necessarily the case. In this book, Robert Kiyosaki challenges the common belief that more money will automatically fix our financial issues. He advises, for many people, getting more money just means spending more money. Instead, focus on what you are doing with your money. Are you saving it? Are you wasting it? Are you investing it? Or are you just hanging on to it? More money doesn't automatically translate to a problem-free life. It's not about the amount of money you have. It's about how you manage and utilize it. Without proper financial education and smart money management, more money can easily slip through your fingers. Now that we've debunked the myth of more money as a solution, let's move on to lesson number 7. Invest in your brain. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates the power of investing in your own brain. It's about a man named Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. He once talked about how a $500 course completely transformed his life and turned him into a millionaire. In the book, Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of investing in your education and personal development. He notes that you never know when one idea, one piece of knowledge can change your life. He wisely advises, so always focus on your most important asset, your brain. So here's the insight. Your brain is your most valuable asset. It has the potential to generate ideas, solve problems, and create opportunities that can lead to financial success. By investing in your own education and continuous learning, you're nurturing this incredible asset. Have you ever doubted whether spending money on courses, books, or self-improvement programs is worth it? I've been there. But this lesson from Rich Dad Poor Dad taught me that education is an investment that pays the best interest. And that's a wrap for today's video. I hope you found these lessons from Rich Dad Poor Dad as insightful as I did. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more valuable content. If you have any thoughts or questions about today's lessons, or any other topic you'd like me to cover, feel free to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you.